record the album or an album while you were there?
So we recorded the album the second time we went. So we went to the States the first time to promote ourselves, to get everything signed and organized. We came back, and then once that recording contract, the solid recording contract, album number 1, once that was done, then we flew to New York.
Amazing.
And we recorded in Brooklyn with a producer called Daddy-O.
Daddy-O. Kidar Massenberg.
Yeah. So, that was...
I think Kidar's the head of Motown now.
Yeah, he's moved up. He's done well.
Yeah.
So they looked after us there. We stayed in Brooklyn Heights. It was a beautiful apartment that we had.
It was lovely.
Just in the heart of New York.
Amazing.
Just enjoying
life.
Enjoying
life, doing what you loved. Making music with your family, with your siblings. How amazing. Can't get better than that.
No.
Oh, no.
As good as it gets.
Yeah.
We'd be picked up in the morning. We'd go record. They'll drop us off in the evening. Feed us. Tickets to different shows.
Amazing.
Just unreal.
So what came out of that recording? What did you all put together after that? What was album 1?
Yeah. So that was apart from our single that
the Journey album.
Yeah, the Journey album was
Jabulani, The Journey, guys.
first under Giant Records.
Yep.
That was our debut album worldwide.
A worldwide debut. Amazing. I actually remember when I was in New York years ago, I think I've told you the story, where we were in Soho, and in the middle of a shop in Soho, I heard my dad singing. Yeah. It was an album, the song from the album.
Wow.
Absolutely.
In Soho, like, how crazy is that?
Thing.
Yeah. So it's now a worldwide album.
Yeah.
What was that like for y'all together? Did y'all just sit together one day and think and say to each other, how did we get here? Is this happening? Did y'all ever have those moments as siblings where you were just sitting together like, can you guys believe this?
Sure.
We had a lot of pinch me moments.
What were those conversations like amongst the four of you?
Yeah, they were exciting times.
It was exciting, nerve-wracking, because you're in front of like people that you've idolized for so long, you know, and these producers that you listen to the things that they've produced and their records and things like that. So it was
even the interviews. I mean, doing interviews with different radio stations from all around the world. So that promotional period, pushing the album was
it was just amazing.
What was it like, the promo for that album? Did y'all have a lot of travels?
Yeah, we had to go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
So we traveled to New Orleans.
That boat, to
go, that on that boat to sort of push the album, be with the people in the industry that were on that boat, promote yourself, do the radio interviews. And stuff like that. So that was really very interesting. It was amazing.
So what happened after you'd done the promo for it? What was the next step for Jabulani after that?
Well,
then come back to Australia.
You come back to Australia, and remember now that we had to give up our day jobs because this was now the next step. We were in the States for almost a year.
Yeah.
So once all the promos were done, pushed the album, then we came back to Australia to push it here. So we were doing the Triple M radio interviews.
Where is that? There is an interview floating around somewhere. That was from Rage.
If anyone's got the Rage interview,
there was
holler at me, please. Yeah. Can you let us know so we can get the interview from you?
Yeah, so we did a lot of radio. I remember doing an interview that was from South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah, because they...
Back to your roots.
Yeah, the album did fairly well in South Africa.
Yeah.
So it was just exciting times.
What was it like to see the reach of the album? Like seeing the impact you were having in South Africa, seeing the impact you were having in other countries.
Yeah,
Europe. God. Europe especially. Germany.
Wow.
Germany,
that was just like mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing.
But
it was South Africa though where I got the best.
Well, yeah, South Africa. You're getting your royalty checks in the mail. What? Just crazy stuff.
So, Did y'all travel? Did y'all tour at all after that? Or was there a touring aspect? Or was it more y'all came home?
We came home.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember there was a lot of rigmarole with our management contract.
Sure.
Right? And unfortunately, we had to try and get out of that contract because wittingly or unwittingly, we signed something that we shouldn't have signed, which is always the case.
Yeah.
But we were all fairly naive. You trust people. You go in eyes wide shut. And,
happens all the time.
Yeah. So while that whole journey was brilliant, fantastic, people that we met, that whole musical concept, we had to get out of a legal wrangle.
Yeah.
So so that's what happened. We came back to Australia and we decided to just to do live shows.
So you're back now in Australia to do live shows. You'll have done the getting the royalty checks, travel to New York, you've done the thing. What happens then? Do you keep going? Or is it album 2 time?
No. So because it was such a hard task getting out of that legal wrangle, when we left the States, we kind of came to the conclusion that, guys,
that was the end.
That's the
Got
end.
burnt a little bit.
But burnt. We're not going to be doing any more of these, big recording contract signing up.
Because I think also they wanted us to stay in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And promote the album and try and salvage,
the momentum.
And the momentum. But I think at that point,
it
was time. And how did that feel for all of y'all? Did y'all all agree, or was someone heartbroken? Did someone try and say, no, guys, let's keep seeing this through? Or was everyone kind of ready to let it be what it was?
Yeah, I think we were all in agreement. We just stick to what we do best, play the live gigs. Yeah. We were traveling around Australia anyway. We were doing Perth. We did the Rana Festival in Brisbane. So the gigs were still there.
Yeah. You were still gigging, you were still out
there. Our popularity live up, because we were embraced when we came back from the States. Everybody wanted
worldwide now. So.
Yeah. So, there was just a different vibe. The clubs were a lot more people, full. So we had a good run. After that period, we kind of put that, whatever happened in the States, we put that besides us. We embraced it and we just put it in our
experience.
Yeah, filed it in a, So, and we just went back to...
Just continued.
Continued with a lot, polishing up our live gigs. We did a lot of our songs because we were a cover band, right, originally. But now that we got our recording...
It's all originals.
And people wanted to hear them.
For sure.
People wanted to hear those songs.
So what was your favourite song from the album? What's your favourite Uncle Dodes and your favourite Auntie Joni?
Shine Your Light.
Yeah. Why was it your favourite?
Just the vocals on that. The vocals on that. I mean, any other singer of note or of talent to sing that song like Abby did, it's quite difficult. It's a difficult song to sing. That song, it brought everything out of him. I just think the message behind that song is so us. Like, we were brought up in a very religious household, and that's how we were raised, and, very strong in our faith. And so that song just really resonated with all of us.
That's amazing.
Positive.
Abby just absolutely.
He just blew it away.
That wasn't even his key, but the producer said, listen, you can do this. It sounds, they tried a lower key.
Just didn't have the same feel. So he was pushing that vocal.
So he was pushing all the way through. And he just nailed it. So that was a special
Because I think it needed to be like that. It was almost like this
fleeting. I'm going to try and share the song. There is a music video for it, which is probably one of my favourite music videos ever of anyone in life.
Yeah, we enjoyed that.
It's such an amazing video. There's little my brothers in it. Little babies are running around. So that's amazing that that's your favorite. I think it's my favorite too.
Yes.
Did you all write it? Did you all co-write it, or was it written by somebody?
No, that was written by somebody.
He was a blind guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kazani was his name, and
Kazani.
he presented, because the record company would put out, all the different writers,
Yeah.
and they would bring the songs, and Daddy would let us listen. Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah.
When he
played that was
when he
it.
played that, we thought, oh yeah, no, for sure,
This is it.
got to do it.
And of course we added our little Jabulani.
Your little
frills
flair.
Yeah.
to add that.
Yeah, definitely. So, do y'all listen to the song still? Have y'all played the album in the last few years? Do y'all play
I
it
stood
back?
off a couple of times
Yeah.
a year, just reminisce, play, just.
It was such an epic achievement. Such an epic achievement to that album. I think for the legacy of Jabulani, for us, I mean, especially for me as a child of one of the very talented musicians, I know for all my cousins, it's just amazing for us to be able to have that and look back and listen to a really amazing time in y'all's lives.
Yeah.
And knowing what music meant for you both, to my dad and Auntie Tess as well, it's such a gift that we have access to these memories of yours, of what y'all did at that time in your life. So y'all are gigging now, you've done the touring thing. What happens then? What happens then?
Yeah,
A
so
lot of offers for residencies. We had to really sift
yeah,
through and see which was the ones that were
but I think
good for
it
us.
got to a point where Abby was really ambitious. He always wanted to have played jazz,
Yeah.
So he started slowly going off in another direction. Larry and
Ducks Deluxe.
what's his Damon.
Damon.
So
Duncan
they
Fennell.
they started doing those gigs, and
Yeah.
that was just your father's genre. He loved it.
Yeah. That
He
was
could
his
show
first love.
his talent.
Definitely. Motown came after that.
Yeah, so he had the Motown. So he was doing his thing.
Yeah.
And I could see that at some point, because he was finding it harder and harder to commit to, because Mati was still going out there and getting the contracts.
Yeah.
But we have to fulfill the contracts.
Yeah.
And when you sign, you can't say, oh no,
Changed my mind.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
So it got to that point. So the latter years, your dad was starting to move off on his.
Yeah, he wanted to do.
He wanted to. He was doing the TV shows. He was doing it with Larry and them. So he was doing great.
Yeah.
So it slowly sort of faded.
Natural death.
And what did it mean for you both at that time? Were you all ready for it to slow down? Were you all kind of at peace with it? Did you all just start to step away from music and into other aspects of your life?
Yeah, I think so. I embraced it. I could see, because we were in constant communication, Mati, Tess, Joni, and we could see the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So it made sense to sort of just fade it out. So by the time we were playing the Odeon, which I think was our last residency, it ended fairly quickly after that.
Yeah.
So you'll all start going your separate ways. Jabulani lives in the ether. What was the biggest takeaway from your journey in Jabulani? What did you most, I guess, learn about yourselves through that process?
I learned that I wasn't as shy as I thought I was. But I think singing with my siblings kind of gave me that little bit of support that I needed. Because I did try after that. I mean, I never quite left singing. I did do a few other things with other people, same as Abby. Explored different avenues, performed with a lot of different artists. Maybe for a couple of years after that. And then just, I probably didn't get the same
feeling,
soul feeling that I had singing with brothers and sisters. But But it was fulfilling. I mean, it was. I did it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to experience it, seeing what it felt like, doing other things, and I was happy with that. And when I called it quits,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was great.
What a time when you do.
Unforgettable.
And good on you for after the time with Jabulani for going out and seeing what it was
Yeah,
like on your own.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't that guy. I liked to be in the background. So, you know, I challenged myself.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hold on. And for your Uncle Dave's, what was your biggest takeaway, your biggest lesson that Jabulani taught you?
Oh, just to have that family, brotherly and sisterly love on that journey, it made me feel a lot better about myself, because I was also very shy. I wasn't a guy to be stepping on any stage. But I grew in confidence, and sort of that was my big takeaway, that, yeah, we can do that. You know, so there was a bit of maturing that happened over those years, but you must remember I had a young family as well.
Yeah.
So that juggling act was, it taught me a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And that I can handle these late nights, early mornings, twins, you know.
It was
just,
a lot.
Yeah, just to be there for Anne and the kids, and to have the family in the group. So it was a win-win in my situation, and I just loved every minute of it.
That's amazing. It's amazing. So what was, I guess, one memory for you both that is maybe your greatest memory of your time with Jabulani? If you had one moment that you often think about, or that you think about that brings you the most joy, what was it?
There were so many.
Definitely meeting Stevie Wonder for me. That was the highlight.
Yeah.
The highlight. It was like we were in a dream. It really was, because this is the man. We played his music from when we were little. We idolized him, like we knew all his songs, and to actually be sitting next to him or to have him in your home is like...
Which did happen. In the home, it did happen.
Incredible.
Amazing. And your Uncle Dad's?
Arriving in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
Never thought that would ever happen.
Every day. That's right.
And myself and your dad were roomies, and we just could not believe it. We were sharing a room in the hotel, and I remember your dad opening that curtain and just looking out into, you know, Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area. And he's like, wow, can you believe it?
From beginnings in Durban, South Africa, to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was just the most amazing experience.
Yeah.
Which I just couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
So that's for me was my
The
biggest
pinnacle.
takeaway.
Pinnacle.
Yeah. So the band, outside of just the four of you, there was also really great band members. Who were some of the pivotal, kind of long-standing members of the band in Jabulani?
Oh, so when we did Hey Hey It's Saturday,
Yeah.
there was musicians there that were playing for the Hey It's Saturday band. Craig,
Claude Carranza.
Claude.
They're all still performing today.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they became our musos. Neville, Dave Hicks, Dave Calaby. So they were there and thereabouts.
Yeah.
All the way through. When we sort of got into the point where we were getting better musicians, they were the guys.
Yeah.
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 And they were with us for a long time.
Yeah.
And they were incredible musos.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so disciplined. Just,
Piercy, guitar.
yeah. Ron Pierce.
Ronnie was
Ronnie
with us for
Pierce.
a long time.
Yeah.
Ron Pierce. We went through a few keyboard players, but Kathy did quite a few gigs with us.
Well, shout out to the band, because, I mean, they were definitely a big part of the journey of Jabulani.
Yeah.
For sure.
Was the people that kind of brought the music alive with you all, with you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they were just on fire. A lot of those live gigs, because your dad used to love ad-libbing.
Oh, yes.
And you have to have the right musicians to do those ad-libs.
He would let him just do that for
Those
a while.
guys were the right musicians,
Yeah,
because
he'd
he'd just get them to do something, and they would just
He
go
would just
off.
stop the music, and they were like, okay.
Yeah, so they were very tight, and we sounded good mainly because of the guys that were behind us, and they were just incredible musicians, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the music for Jabulani, kind of to step away, my dad continued to do his thing. Shout out to a lot of the band members who my dad played with as well, who still play this day. Thank you guys for being the musicians that supported my dad and my aunties and uncles through their journey of Jabulani. I guess my last question about the band to both of you is, would you have changed anything about the experience, knowing what you know now about the journey ending and the impact that you had? If you could do anything over, would you? Or would you just let the journey be what it was?
I think what happened was meant to happen.
Yeah.
And I think we learned a lot. We were naive when we started. We did it for the love of music. It progressed into something else. It could have been a change in lifestyle, maybe a change in where we were living. But I think how it all panned out is how it was meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Same for you, Uncle Dad?
Yeah, I would say the only thing that I would do differently is become more involved in songwriting.
Sure.
We didn't have a theme, not a theme, but a way of writing. I know your dad used to, whatever we did, that one, My Love and all that, he had a natural ability.
Yeah.
And then Auntie Tess would do the lyrics. But I don't think we did enough of it.
Yeah.
And I think if we had
didn't
mastered
build on it, yeah.
if we had mastered that part of it, that would have extended our careers, because you could write for other people. You could write for yourself, you could write for other people.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a regret.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as the whole journey and where it took us, no regrets at all.
So knowing that Auntie Tess and my dad are not here to share their legacy or this experience of Jabulani with us, what do you think they would say about this moment, about sharing the legacy? Do you think they'd be here with you talking about it? Do you think, what do you think they would say?
I think Tess was the driving force. We have to give her props for that, because she was the one that corralled us and kind of put the wheels in motion and got that fire burning. And she had great ambition. She was a person that just loved, as you know, with Jesus Christ Superstar,
Loved
all of
it.
that. She loved all of that, theatrics and the singing and the music and the entertaining. That was all her. And if it wasn't for her drive and her push, I don't think there would have been Jabulani.
Yeah,
I think they would be both very proud of what we achieved.
definitely.
Just as we are. They would have loved reminiscing and looking back and highlighting all the special moments. So I think they would, they would.
Abby would have some
Stories.
You would
Out
have
of all
some
of us,
stories.
he would have
Absolutely.
stories.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. He was a live wire.
Yeah.
The one day on stage, he just suddenly disappeared. We were playing, and all of a sudden, the guy's not there. So the musicians sort of stopped playing, and I thought, oh my God, Faye is in the crowd there. What is he? And the place is chock-a-block.
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy did to egg him on or spur him on, but he had jumped from the stage into the crowd.
To give him a hiding.
That was your father.
That was definitely
Very
my dad.
impulsive.
Yeah. Passionate, very
When it
passionate.
came to the girls too, very protective.
Yeah, very protective of his
Very
sisters
protective
and his
of
brother and his children and his wife. He was a very protective
Yeah.
man. Yes.
And boy, he could handle. He was not just, when it came down to it, he was immense.
Fearless.
He was fearless. He had so much courage.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop saying the right things.
Yeah.
There was nothing that would deter him from saying, "Oh no, this is the way I feel." He would say it.
He would always be open about
He
was feeling.
That's it. Whether it was politically, musically, whatever, he'd say it. You knew exactly where he
I think
stood.
I get that from you, Dad. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. Now, I think the difference in all four of you makes you all so special because you are all so different personalities, different ways of being. What do you think the roles were of the both of you? You've got Tess, who was really the trailblazer, bringing this to life. My dad, at times, the bouncer of the band.
That is quite an apt way of...
Would you find that both of you were in roles of the band that were more like encouraging, or were you the voice of reason? Like, what was your roles in that?
It definitely was the voice of reason, Tony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always stable and always with good advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Tess had too many, she had to be corralled sometimes.
Yeah.
But I definitely I regret not being more handsy.
Sure.
Sometimes I was just riding the wave.
Yeah.
I wasn't really being involved in a lot of the...
Yeah.
That's my one regret.
Yeah. To get more in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all added something different.
You did.
Yeah.
That was the gift about the four of you.
Personality-wise,
Yeah.
and even musically. Tess had a very good concept of something like a set list. What song do you open up with?
Oh my God, the story with the song
Amazing.
list.
What's the
So
story
that
with
song
the
list,
list?
they'll be juggling.
We'd come and we'd look at it
Yeah.
during the break. We're like,
So she had that, yeah. She had
write
that.
that song.
Joni was the aesthetics, the way that we look on stage.
The outfits.
What needs to
the
be.
outfits were amazing, Uncle
Yeah.
Daddy. The hats with the
hat.
bejeweled names. Was that your idea?
It was,
Someone gifted
yeah,
us.
someone made that for us.
I
really-
still have
really-
that hat of Dad's in a
Yeah.
frame, but the outfits of Jabulani were on point, aren't you, Joni? Well done. Still a style
So
icon.
that
Always
was
was,
the-
always will be.
The different choreographies, the steps that were happening.
Yeah, I was the
I
step
like
guy.
backing vocals.
Yeah.
I wanted to be part of different,
Yeah.
whatever voices. And Abby used to you understood that I had a unique thing with backing vocals. I don't know where it comes
And
from.
Yeah.
rap. And rap, Uncle Dirty.
And
Ah,
rap,
it was,
how could I forget?
Resident rapper.
The rapper.
Because these songs were coming out with rappers, and
Everyday people. There's
I'm
a video
saying
of
to
you
Tess,
doing
I'm
that
saying,
rap.
who's going to be doing that? She said, you. Me. So I had
And
to do it.
Shaggy
percussion at times. Always on the
Percussion.
drums.
Yeah, so yeah, I was...
The learning of the
Involved.
songs was really funny. It was so funny, rehearsal.
learning lyrics.
Did you all pick up the lyrics easily and quickly, or some of you quicker than others?
You must remember there was no mobile
No
phones.
YouTube, no nothing.
You had to
Nothing.
listen
Yeah.
To listen.
and write. Listen
And a lot of
write.
what we wrote down, we discovered wasn't even, and we sang it for years. We discovered wasn't even
It sounded like
the right word. Yeah, it sounded like.
Yeah.
So it was very old school, but we made sure that we were polished.
Yeah.
That was our claim to fame.
Always
is that
performed well.
when you're on stage, you are on.
Yeah.
No half measures. You're going full.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was a high energy level. There was a lot of jumping around. Joni and Tess.
I think you really did pave the way for the live music scene in Melbourne to be what it is today. Because a lot of states in Australia don't have the same culture musically that Melbourne has. And I think Jabulani, I know a lot of people do agree with me with the impact you all had at the time, really paved the way for one of the artists that we love who still
Yeah.
gig today.
Totally.
Do you all still like to go out and listen to the bands that you used to play with? Do you all get to do it often? Like, do you all want to do it more? Do you all just kind of accept that that journey is finished?
I can't even tell you which live bands are out there. I think you do more
I
of that
still
than
do.
me.
Yeah.
Mainly, like when Jason started at Alhambra and that, we followed him for Jerison. And they will tell you that
Angela Brandy,
yeah,
Carmen.
Angela, Carmen.
Yeah.
You know, everybody kind of started doing that genre of music. which really there wasn't a lot of bands playing, so it probably gave them a little bit of a boost, saying, "Hey, you know, that's going down really well."
Yeah.
So let's follow that.
Yeah.
That's what we love.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And I do, for us, I know for my siblings, seeing a lot of the musos that used to play with my dad still play to this day is such a nice walk down memory lane.
Absolutely.
Like, we love seeing Angela, we love seeing Jason, we love seeing people like Mark Amato, Duncan, and Damon, and
amazing,
like, it's,
amazing.
you know, shout out to the musicians, the soul musicians that are still playing, that are still doing it for the love of music, that have paved the way for a lot of the younger generation of musicians in Melbourne. Your talent is so incredible. Keep sharing your gifts. So what would you say to anyone out there who's in a band with siblings, like you're with Jabulani, who are getting at the gigs, who are doing the shows, who want to do the recording thing and still trying to find their feet? Like, what advice would you have for family members who are trying to have a band? What would you say to them, Uncle Dads?
Well, do the best you can, first of all. Make sure your craft is spot on. There are some in the family that have got a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
The journey is interesting, but you have to have a certain knowledge of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
All the contractual settings, make sure you do your homework.
Yeah.
Get that part of it right.
That's crucial.
As Joni said, we were naive. We just wanted to be out there. We trusted everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think my advice would be be a bit more wise, a bit more astute to your surroundings, who you're getting involved with musically, and if you're writing songs, get that sewn up, the legalities of that. Who's getting what from which part of the song.
Just educate yourself.
Yeah, so I'd encourage it. Go out there, have a ball. There's so many different genres now that people are getting involved in, hip hop and the like. Go out there, I encourage them, do it, but just be a bit more wise about how you go about your
journey.
Your journey.
Yeah. And I think moving now on to the legacy of things, I think it's important for me, which I know a lot of your children and nieces and nephews feel, is that you really made the way for the legacy of the family. The Jabulani has paved the way for all of the musicians in our family. And our family is huge, 110. Most of us are musical or can be or enjoy music in that way. How does it feel to know, because it's true, that you both have really paved the way for the musical legacy in this family? Because it was Yol. It was Yol. It was Auntie Tess. It was my dad. How was it? How does it feel for Yol to see the generation now of our family becoming musical and gigging musicians, knowing that Yol really helped build that? I'm giving you Yol's flowers. You'll deserve them. So I think it's an important thing to acknowledge, because we may not acknowledge it enough as a family because we just sing together.
Yeah.
And things just happen. But you'll really have paved the way for the rest of us. Like, how does it feel to know that?
I think it made it possible for those coming after us just to see that you can achieve.
Yeah.
And not everything is impossible. It might seem impossible, but obviously with us paving the way, and they saw, we met all these people, and we were in the industry and all of that, and we left this impression. It just gives them a bit of bravery, I suppose.
Totally.
In venturing into something and saying, "Hey, my aunties and uncles managed to do that."
Totally.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? You got the talent, do it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jamie Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie Lee, our cousin, who's just so talented.
Yeah.
Go and see her in a musical. She's absolutely gifted. Jamie, you're amazing. So again, like you've paved the way for a lot of the family to be able to stand up and step out into our dreams.
That's right.
And shout out to so many of the family who are pursuing their dreams musically. Like we look at people like Kelly Brook. He's going to be on an episode soon. We look at people like Jamie Lee. We look at people like Noah, our little cousins who are starting their band, Michael Joyce, Tyrese. We've had Jay Grand in the past as well. We've got KPS who are just thriving and still gigging to this day. You know, my uncle and my cousins. Like Jabulani really paved the way for that. So how does it feel for you, Uncle Dodes, to know that you really helped that journey for the rest of us?
Well, proud, and thank you, Bianca, for giving us such praise that always much appreciated. And just to, Kelly and him would tell us all the time, you guys, man, you really
100%.
pave the way. So we get that feedback from the family, and so we appreciate that, and we are very happy to have helped. If it was in being a good influence musically.
Definitely. The quality of your craft was so high, I think, for all of us who are creatives, even like myself, to know that the quality of Jabulani was so high. Like you've set the bar for the rest of us creatively. We know that it's going to take work, it's going to take sacrifice, but the quality of the craft needs to be high.
Absolutely.
Especially knowing that we represent Jabulani in our own way as well.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, some of the talent in the family.
It's amazing.
I have to give my son a shout out.
You have
to. Slap.
Kelly Brook.
Oh my God.
Immense.
He's such a talent, but he hides his light under a bushel. Now, what we were saying about writing songs.
Yeah. Kelly's
this guy has got hundreds of songs. You know? And that in itself is a gift. Totally. You don't have to be able to sing those songs, but just to write a song and put it together. It's and gifted. He does that. But I'm going to slap him now. He really hides his light under a bushel. And I wish that he would just...
Sounds a bit like you and Jabulani in the beginning, Auntie Joni.
Let us experience
but
this.
I think that's a great
Put
part.
It out there.
Yeah, it's a great part of your legacy is... Kelly learning from you because you were shy, but you were so gifted, and you still are to this day.
I am.
But you showed up. You showed up on stage. Yeah. You never held back on stage. Yep. You
got out of my comfort zone.
Got out of your comfort zone. So I feel like Kelly's got a great example in you of tackling those fears and stepping into the light. He's incredibly gifted. He's one of my favorite artists of all time ever. I'm going to link Kelly's stuff as well in the description. He's got amazing stuff coming. But again, like we are very gifted. Our family is surrounded by music. There isn't a time like your stories from Durban where the guitar is out
His
and
daughter
begins.
is an amazing
cousin
drummer.
Drummer, Shanique, we know it now.
Great drummer.
It's the tea of the day is that you can drum. So we need to start in a little mini Jabulani, guys.
Noah, Shanique.
Noah and his stuff. You got Monty and the stuff that they're doing as well. Tyrese, like we're so lucky to have a family as big as ours, so musical.
They're technically gifted as well because they've got their setup.
Got studios.
And it's a lot easier now because of Pro Tools and all the things that you can do from your basement, your bedroom.
Yeah.
That they got that talent to have the technical part of it down. Noah is great. So they must continue. They must put yourself out there.
Yeah. My next question was going to be, what would you say to the musicians in the family?
Go for it.
Go for it, guys.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Just try.
Make those memories, man.
Yeah, and any creatives in the family. We are a family that love and connect with each other, but this is your moment. This is the soapbox for Auntie Jane Uncle Dirty to tell you to give it a crack. Just give it a go.
And anyone there out there.
Share your talent.
Share your talent. God-given talent. Huh?
Share it. Share your gifts.
For sure.
I think for today, this has been such a special moment for me because I have so many questions about Jabulani from my dad's perspective that as I grow, I'm always wanting to learn so much about. So I feel like today I've even learned a lot. I know there's people who followed y'all's journey from the grain store to billboards, or who had the album, who still have the vinyl like we do, who are going to look back at this conversation and start to remember memories. Mm-hmm. And I hope for both of you as well, it's been a really nice time for you to just get to walk through the journey from SA, South Africa, to Melbourne, to the one-horse towns, to the residencies, to meeting people like Stevie Wonder, to going to the US, writing and recording in New York, releasing the albums, and seeing that journey through to where you are today. Because it's such an epic journey that is Jabulani, that I want to continue to keep living on and through this legacy.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Bianca.
For me, it means the world. It's my favorite episode since my creative experience comes from my dad, for sure. I'm definitely my father's child.
So proud of you.
With like talking, sharing stories, and this is a story that I want people to hear based on his legacy, knowing that music was his life till the end. So
and how he was so proud of you guys.
Oh my gosh.
He loved you all with little. We used to come and rehearse sometimes there, and you would be just there taking everything in.
I used to love it. Watching him play, watching you all sing. I think my 12th birthday was at a gig. I was at the Motown show. I brought all my friends to watch his gig for my 12th birthday. So, we were kids who loved music more than we enjoyed the social clubbing scene. We were more like in the live scene with you guys. And I'm so grateful for that. It's definitely continued our love for music. So do you have any last words on this journey of Jabulani before we wrap it up?
Just be so fortunate to have had that experience, sharing it with siblings.
Yeah.
Not many people get to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'll just say that I'm so happy to have shared the stage with Joni, Abby, Tess, and being involved with Mati, steering the ship. And I appreciate having that opportunity, which I probably wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah.
And I thank you, Bianca, for giving us that opportunity to reminisce, to share.
Sharing it here.
I hope it was as exciting and interesting to you and people out there
Absolutely.
as it was for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
What about you, Auntie Jay? Any last words on the journey of Jabulani?
It was amazing while it was happening, and it was something that I'll never ever forget.
Yeah.
Precious memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the episode today, guys. Thank you so much for checking in to Be For Real. I'm going to link videos to the YouTube for Jabulani. If anyone has any vinyls of Jabulani, can you please tell us so we can...
memories.
We can get them, or memories. Share your memories in the comments. Send me a DM. And we look forward to the next episode with you all. So have a good evening or day. Peace and love. Bye.
Cheers.
When I need you to help me, my Father. Always shine your light on me. I need you to shine your light on me, my Father, my Father. Shine your light on me, yeah. Shine your light on me, oh my Father. Oh yeah, lovely day. Oh day, lovely day. Da-da-da-da. Goes like this. When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, is heavy on my mind. When I look at you, the world's alright with me. Yes, it is. Just one look at you, oh baby, and I know it's gonna be, yes, it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, you know, and someone else instead of me, oh, always seems to know the way. Oh, but then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, baby. Just one look at you. Only gonna be a lovely day.
Hip hop hopper, you just don't stop. I call him on and every just we gonna kick it for you. Pop